Turning back to October 7th, he is one of Israel's most experienced medics and one of the lucky ones to be alive. Dr. Shafir Botner, senior paramedic with Magen David Adom's Medevac Unit, was nearly killed on October 7th when his rescue helicopter was struck while evacuating the wounded. Among his patients that day were two members of Israel's security forces, men who would later go on to help rescue hostages from Gaza. Well, 2 years later, Dr. Botner joins us to tell us about what happened in the air that morning, the moments that still haunt him, and what keeps him flying back into danger to save others. Dr. Botner, take us
Hi,
back to that morning. What do you remember the most from that moment that your helicopter came under fire on October 7th?
hi, thank you for having me. Well, it's been 2 years now, and I almost can remember every detail. But that day was, I can remember how intensive was it. And I've doing this job for many years, too many years perhaps. But that day was the most intensive perhaps that I had. Actually, it was not only one day. I jumped on the helicopter on October 7th during the morning hours, and I left it almost 36 hours later when the helicopter got hit by a shrapnel. We were, as you mentioned, with patients in severely injured soldiers inside the helicopter, and intercept just happened just above us, and the piece metal just fell on the helicopter, broke one of the main blades,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one of the I don't know even how to describe it. The helicopter just spinned. I felt like being in a washing machine. It less I guess less than a minute, but it felt like it's over for me. Me and my partner, the other paramedic, we told the patient, "Don't worry, everything will be all right." Although we thought this is over for us. What I also remember that I don't know how, but I managed to scream into the radio, "Send us ambulances." And what I thought that we're going to use the ambulances in just few seconds on the ground, we will be the wounded if we will survive that hit on the helicopter. So, as you mentioned, very lucky day, although very sad and intensive day for me.
Now, doctor, two of your patients that day later helped rescue hostages from Gaza. How did it feel when you learned about that?
Yeah, actually, two of them. One, it's I can separate them. Two of them. It's two soldiers. One of them rescued hostages from Gaza, and one of them I met about a year later in Beersheba in a missile that attacked or hit one of the buildings in Beersheba in the war with Iran. There's a Jewish saying, "Whoever saved one person or one life, like he saved the entire world."
Yeah.
2 years later, I more deeply can understand that sentence and the meaning of what it says. It's not just a, saying that we're used to say. I actually understood the impact of saving lives. It's not just the person that you saved. This person can save more lives later on. And that's what I'm doing, by the way, every day. I'm educating paramedics in Magen David Adom. And by that, people that I train, that are certificates as paramedics, they are going to save lives later on. And understanding the meaning of that and the power of that sentence or that Jewish saying is like I almost understood the entire world by the meaning of saving lives.
Right. I mean, after surviving something like that, how do you find the strength to keep going back into these danger zones? Obviously, what you just explained, this kind of awakening to the understanding of the world has impacted you, but you must be living with severe trauma from everything that you went through on the day in terms of rescuing all the people that you rescued and then being in a crash like that.
Well, that's an excellent question. I'm not sure I have the exact or the right answer for that, but I know me and my colleagues in Magen David Adom, uh, I would say motivated, uh, perhaps his destination, and that profession found me, and not me founding that profession to save lives. And in matter of fact, it's not just me. People in Magen David Adom are motivated in doing that job, and more people wants to join our organization and wants to save lives. Perhaps this is the best gift that I can get and give to other people. So uh, we're not, we are also affected by the trauma, but we are also getting from it our strength and our motivation to keep doing what we're doing and to save more and more lives.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Botner. You know, obviously a miracle to see you here with us, and
Yeah,
you know, I think we're all thankful so much for the work that you did on that day, and I'm sure the families of everyone involved are as well. So, you know, I hope that you get through today on some sort of a positive note.
yeah. Thank you very much.